Yo, it's your boy Augie. Welcome back to another Sunday Photo Shoot Sunday episode. We're jumping back into Expedition 33. We got our favorite tool by Otis Inf. If you haven't checked out the link in the description, go support Otis on Patreon. That's where you're gonna find the tools that I'm using to do all these cool photo mode stuff. Obviously, the game doesn't have photo mode, but with Otis's amazing tools, we can pause the game, freeze frames, and move the camera around and take pretty cool photos. So let's jump right back into it. We are taking off. As you can see, I've played. I'm already 24 hours into my first playthrough. So let's take up where we left off on the photo mode playthrough. 57 minutes in, we just had the gommage, and we're about to go meet our expedition with Gustav. So real quick, once you subscribe to Otis's Patreon, you download the Unreal Engine tools. So his tools are basically made for Unreal Engine games. That allows you to kind of grab the camera, move him around, and do some pretty cool things with it. If you can notice on Gustav's arm, looks like loading is taking place on textures. All right, I think we're good. The game should be textured loaded now. Now his face is still, I think, still loading some of those textures. For those who are wondering, for your first time watching this video, let's go ahead and just take a look at our settings and graphics. DLSS is turned on. Resolution scaling. Let's bump this up a little bit. Actually, I don't think you can. Let's not do any of that. No, let's go back into settings. Take a look at settings again. So DLSS, frame rate, we have it unlimited. We don't really care. Let's set up our VSync on. Go ahead and do full screen. We're doing a 1440p playthrough. Gamma, everything is left. Motion blur, film grain. I hate all those. Chromatic aberration, vignette. I turn them all off personally, just a taste thing. If you want to have these things on, go ahead and keep them on. Anti-aliasing is set to high. Shadows are low. Global illumination mid. I'm running a 3070 Ti, so 8 gigs of VRAM. So I am a little bit bottlenecked in terms of what settings I can turn on. So if you have anything better than a 3070 Ti, go ahead and bump some of these lows to medium, and even maybe some of these mediums to high, and hopefully you get some better mileage than I'm getting. Anyways, that is the settings I am playing with. Let's jump back in the game, because we're not here to look at graphics. We're here to look at photos. So let's go down and let's take a look around. All right, I noticed that audio wasn't really coming in, streaming through. Now we should have audio also going on with the game. All right, so we're here to meet the other expeditioners. But Mael's over here by the dock, and I think we can have a nice photo with her staring at the painterest and the obelisk up in the distance. So let's go ahead and grab our camera. So once you have Otis Inf's tools installed, you're going to essentially inject the DLL into your game by running the exe. But once you're in the game and you have the exe running, you want to press insert on the keyboard, and that will now let you move your camera anywhere you want. So now we're not tied to Gustav as our point of anchor. The camera itself is now free flowing, so now we can move the camera and find pretty interesting shots, like Mael right here with her shadow reflection on this water. Mind you, due to my graphical settings, we're not going to get as crisp a reflection here, but that is neither here nor there. Let's see if we can let's see if we can bump some of those graphical settings just for this picture, and then we can always kind of shut them back down when we're done. Texture, let's go to high. Reflection, let's do high on reflections. Actually, let's do high on everything just for now, just to kind of get this photo, and then we'll bump everything back down again when we are done. All right, let's let the game load these textures back in here. I don't really see a big texture difference here in terms of what was there and what isn't. Let's go ahead and just let's do that again. Let's change some of these settings because I'm not really seeing anything really different, which honestly is kind of weird because I was hoping I would see something different, but you know what? It is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and apply this. Okay, so essentially the only thing that's really missing here is that the flowers on the ground have definitely reduced in number and volume, but in terms of textures, nothing really else is missing. So let's go ahead and just get our photo. Let's go ahead and straighten up this camera, and let's go ahead and just punch in as much as we can with her shadow still there. Let's drop down just a little bit. Want to get her head in that reflection right there. All right, perfect. That is our shot. And for those who don't know, I don't use print screen. I use the Xbox print screen because it gets a much better real capture of what we're seeing. Print screen sometimes doesn't really capture HDR correctly, and it just looks like a jumbled mess. So let's go Windows Alt print screen. There we go. That is our first picture of the day. Let's get a little bit closer to her. Let's see if we get a different shot here. And actually, let's redo our thumbnail, but with now an Expedition 33. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Then let's pull back out. Definitely love getting that 33 in the background there. Let's try to get some more of this to offset the. So I'm using her as a line, but then I'm also using the column over there, the whatever that thing is. It's not a light tower, it's not a lighthouse, but whatever that thing's supposed to be, I'm using that as a balance to the frame, so we can have something on either side. And then the 33, I would try to balance it and make it more in the middle, but you know what? I like the offset better. So let's go ahead and hit Windows Alt print screen to grab this photo, and then let's do a much more of a closer shot of her face. Now the real trick here is finding a good enough background that it's not too distracting, but also honestly, sometimes just finding the right angle is all part of the whole experience of taking photos in this game. You know what? I like that armband action some more. Let's get a more of a detail shot instead of a personal shot. Let's just focus more in on detail here than anything. Let's go a little bit further up, and then let's kind of punch into her arm. I don't like how the water looks though. The ripples in the water looks weird. I don't want the picture to feel like it was taken out of a video game. I wanted to at least have details that... Okay, here we go. Here we go, composition. I like that composition a lot, actually. Let's go ahead and take this photo. Awesome. All right. Now, with the tool here, we can actually now go as far out as we want in terms of in-game distance. There is no real limit to how far we can go. We can always increase the camera speeds and stuff like that, but for now, we're just going to play around with just moving the camera around and just kind of doing these panning and tilt and zoom shots. And real quick, the character design is actually really good. Like, the way they're using materials, I can get in pretty close and get a real nice look at the embroidery and the texture on these characters. They're really well designed. Really well designed character models. Alright, once we're done, we can always hit insert again, and then we'll go back to Gustav as our character. Let's go ahead and go talk to Mael, and let's kind of do some dialogue. And also in the cutscenes, we can always pause if we see anything pretty cool. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
I knew I'd find you. Having second thoughts about the expedition?
Please. I'm more ready to go than you are.
Yeah, I know. Look, I know we've been over this, but as your guardian, I need to say this one more time. The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your Gamage. You don't need to leave yet. It's a lot to risk.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here.
I know you think that, but
If anyone should stay, it's you. You have friends and family who want you here.
so do you.
No, I don't.
Emma thinks of you as family.
Lumia is not my home. Not the way it is for you. Besides, this way I can keep an eye on you forever.
Right. Because she needs eyes everywhere.
Shush. You're lucky you have a sister who cares.
Doubly lucky. Since now I have 2.
Alright, enough chit-chat. Come on, old man, let's have a duel.
Old man.
Alright.
You're pretty much...
I've gotten pretty good since the last playthrough, so
This time, I'm not messing around.
let's see if I can prevent myself from getting hit at all. Because can't let this little girl show us up, man. She's over here talking mad spicy. Cannot let her show us up. Let's go with Lumineer Assault. There you go. Talk that talk now. And parry. Yeah. And so fun now is a little girl. Real quick, let's go ahead and let's grab our camera. And also we can hit delete and hide all the HUD. So that's one of the cool things about this too. Games that don't have a HUD delete, we can still delete the HUD if we so choose to. This arm is pretty wicked. Alright, let's get a nice gun pose for Gustav here. And I like how the background kind of follows him around still. It's kind of a perspective thing that they did for that detail, but it kind of works out in our favor here. Let's find a nice shot for him. You think this right here? This right here works? Let's pull out just a little bit. Cause that sword, man. Actually, we can come a little closer and let's just. I know we did one of these before in the last playthrough we did, but I do like getting this man in full regalia here. Oh snap, hang on, what did we just do? This might be the shot. Also, one last thing too in this is that with the decimal button on the keyboard, actually on the number lock, if you have a number pad, the decimal button or the delete button on number lock will allow you to move your character around. So if you notice how he's following us, we can line up this shot. Once we have him lined up, we can then press the decimal button again, and now we have him pointing his gun in a more realistic and directional way. Actually, it might be a good shot right here. Alright, and then notice how the sword keeps moving out of the way. We can now also freeze the frame with the 0 key on your number pad. And now we have frozen the game in that particular frame, so now we can capture this shot as we want it with all the elements correctly in the right place. So let's go Windows Alt print screen. Let's go ahead and take that photo. Nice. And now we have them frozen. We can get a little bit closer. We can pull out a little bit more. Punch in just a little bit. Give him over a Dutch angle. Make sure you can see that he's holding that sword. And let's grab this too. Obviously not everything we take will be published, but I'll try to clean up all these photos like I did the last time and get them out. But for her, actually I like this pose a lot. It's a little bit of, I don't know if that's fear in her eyes or if it's just a don't give a fuck attitude, but definitely like this shot right here. All right, let's go ahead and grab that. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's get actually a shot on that hand. Actually, I don't really like that shot at all. Let's go back. Let's go back and let's get back into our gameplay. All right, so we could take a couple shots at her. Let's go ahead and take a couple hits. Now let's go ahead and go in for an attack. Parry that. All right, for the next trick, we're gonna try and get a shot of us actually in action, hitting her. Let's go ahead and grab this shot right here, though, with the arm all glowing in red. This man went Super Saiyan 2 over here. All right, let's go ahead and bring everything back. Let's go for another assault, and this time we'll try to time the freezing of the frame to get us a. Okay, what do we got here? What do we got here? What does the frame look like? Background is definitely busy. But let's go ahead and take away this let's get just a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. We can play around with this one a little bit. Now the question is how can we get I want to get them both in the frame and take let's take it from a POV maybe. Let's see if that will work. Then let's just punch in just a little bit closer. I like that. I have an idea in mind for this picture. It will only work if I can do it in Lightroom correctly, but it should work. I like that the sword is also, everything is well in focus, so I can play around with kind of a blur effect a little bit. So I'll try to do that in Lightroom to make it come out the way I think I can make it come out. But you'll see at the end, if it does come out the way I hope it does. All right, let's go ahead and let's jump back into the action. Now, there is a way to actually slow down the game and play it at a slower frame rate. But for now, I'm just going to let it play in real speed, and we'll try to just capture what we need. I like that. Alright, let's go ahead and punch back out again. Alright, now let's go for let's go for overcharge. Because I know we're going to charge our hand a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. I don't know what's wrong with our boy's legs, but man, little sweet. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, where is the oh, there we go. There we go. I hear summoning the power of Odin. Let's get it in a little bit of an open air so we can kind of get that to hit just a little bit. I like that. I like that. Alright, let's go and grab that. I like that picture a lot. Alright, let's go back out. Let's go ahead. Now, obviously, I'm missing a lot of my cues. But, ooh, what is this? What is this indeed? Look at this man. Let's go and get away with all the, man, sometimes just finding the angles, finding the angle itself is hard sometimes. Oh shit, his backpack even lights up with this, okay. This man got the Air Gustav pose going on right here, man. Looking like the Prince of Persia. Alright, let's punch and actually let's flip this one, because I might just want to grab this. Let's punch in all the way so we can get that full effect without losing too much of our... There we go. I think that's a shot. Alright, let's go back out. Look at that reach, man. Look at that cogback. This motherfucker means business, man. Ain't no friendship here, man. He's cocking that motherfucker all the way back. All right, let's get a little close in here. Let's get this. Let's push in just a little bit. We want to still keep the top of his blade and the bottom of her blade. So let's just see where, there we go. And actually, let's play this from her angle. Oh shit. Look at that. Look, damn. You never really notice how big the effect is. But look at the size of this, like, collision. This man, he's cold-blooded. All right, let's see. Now that we got the effect dissipating a little bit, can we find his face somewhere through all of this? Okay. The mouse being in the freaking view is killing me. God. Alright. Okay, so obviously we just won the match, but How can I get this Emperor Palpatine lightning shock? Oh, look at that. Spoke it into existence. There we go. Alright, let's get back in the game. Successful combat. Let's...
Not bad for the oldest man in Lumiere, eh?
Congratulations, you beat a teenager. Take this token as your well-deserved prize.
Nah, don't be a hater now because I beat your ass.
Don't get too drunk tonight, okay?
Where are my scallywag apprentices? I promised to find them at the festival.
Alright, let's see. How can I get... Ah, there we go. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and freeze this frame once we got Gustav in the place where we want him. There we go. Let's go ahead and freeze that. That way it just keeps them from moving their head around too much. Alright, there we go. This might be thumbnail worthy photography we're doing today. Alright, let's go ahead and bring back... You know what? I did not mean to press... There we go. Let's get back in the game. Let's go meet some people.
Hey, Gustav, check out the new pictos I made.
Looks a bit rough. You sure it works?
I've been working on this for months. It's my personal masterpiece.
Your personal masterpiece seems a little unorthodox.
It's dead useful, trust me. Come on, give it a whirl.
Sure, why not?
Great. I'll trade it for one token.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, his picto. Let's take a look around first.
Not a chance.
Your loss.
Let's take a look around first, because Claire's not gonna give you anything powerful in the first 20 minutes of the game.
These are yours.
You gonna lecture me on drinking?
I wouldn't dare. Just calculating how much it will hurt to catch up.
You can start now. Here, let's have a toast. To Sophie, who was always unapologetically Sophie, my fierce and loving friend.
To Soph. Seriously though, this is gonna hurt tomorrow.
Tomorrow comes, but it ain't here yet. I'm not crossing the sea sober.
Sober's better than deathly hungover.
No, not for that.
Ah,
Go have some drinks.
All right. Let's take a look at settings again. I feel like I could maybe tweak something in here. Let's turn on VSync again. Let's make sure. I know how it didn't connect the first time. Global illumination, reflection. Let's bring reflection down and maybe bring up post-processing a little bit. Actually, now let's just give textures high. Foliage low, shadows low. Let's see what that does. Alright. Let's go into another cutscene and see if you can get a better look at details and characters.
Come drink with me.
I'm pacing myself tonight.
Ah, it's so boring. It's our last night. Who knows when we'll be back?
I like that you say when and not if.
What am I gonna say? I'm an optimist. Or an idiot. Depends on who you ask.
Come, let's play some cards.
No way. Everyone knows you cheat.
That's just what sore losers say. Come now. You're going to be a little cautious mouse with the paintress too.
Cautious is good. Keeps you alive.
We're expeditioners. Stay smart, yes, but be bold, huh? You can't win if you don't play.
Money's no good out there anyway. Why are you trying to fleece me?
'Cause winning's fun.
Alright.
Wow.
Oh, I gotta get this kid his dad's
so cool.
his dad's suit.
That's... You made that overnight? Dad.
Don't you feel bad now, Timmy?
Damn. Now I feel stupid for fighting with him. Oh, Dad.
Awkward silence.
You take it.
What?
I'm not sure I'll ever use it. Maybe I'll go blind like my father, or maybe another expedition will succeed. I want to support the expedition now. Take it. It may be useful to you. It's okay. I don't need the uniform to know my dad's with me.
Thanks.
Alright, we got some free merch. Let's go throw it on, baby. One man's regrets, another man's... It's another man's gotten gains. Alright, yeah. Luckily, I already played the game enough to know all these things, so don't worry about it. I'll explain it along the way. For now, all we need to worry about is putting on this crimson uniform. Because Daddy got some new gear. And actually, while we're here, let's take another photo mode thing. Let's remove everything in the background and let's go free cam. And let's push in real close for some portrait work. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's do a straight on shot. Alright, much better. Just kind of hold that frame instead. There's a frame where he looks down a little bit, where his eyes get a little more sad. Let's see if we can catch that again. Damn it. It's a quick look down. There we go. That's the shot. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Alright. let's go back into the game.
You came.
I wasn't sure if I should.
You've been avoiding us. You didn't have to.
I heard Seba filled my spot after I left.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm a coward for staying?
Do you?
Not anymore. Not all of us can change the world. Some of us can only change ourselves.
Meaning what? Make yourself accept the unacceptable? Make believe that happiness is this?
More like rediscover happiness. One Gomarsh left. Maybe contentment is the highest form of happiness.
It makes me sad to hear you talk like this. The paintress stole so many things, including your capacity to dream.
No, you misunderstand. My mind is where I can be free.
This man nosy as
Can't touch
fuck.
me there. This is my final act of defiance. Just like the expedition is yours.
If you say so.
Think there's other survivors out there?
Doubtful. We would have seen signs.
But not impossible. Maybe if they have shield domes. But they would have been overrun by Nevrons before they could build any.
We were lucky the fracture dropped us out here. It bought us time to get our defenses up.
I don't know. People are resourceful, and Nevrons can't be everywhere. I'm betting on human ingenuity.
I like that. Commander?
Gustav? Saw you with Sophie. We talked.
Yeah, yeah. Where's your daughter?
Leona's upset. Doesn't want to see me.
Shit.
It's okay. She doesn't need to understand. As long as she gets to live.
Yeah.
I'm counting on you.
No pressure.
Oh no. Lots of pressure. You and Lune and your Lumina tech, that's our edge.
Thanks, but that's not. Everyone has a role. Lucien, Tristan, Catherine, and you made us into we have a really good team, thanks to you. That's our edge.
Tomorrow comes, my friend.
Doesn't it always?
All right. Let's go talk to this nosy ass man over here that was just watching us the whole time.
I just finished calibrating the Lumina converter. We can launch test runs as soon as we land.
Perfect.
Hey, does Lune seem preoccupied to you? She's been distant lately.
Well, it's Lune.
This feels different.
I haven't noticed anything, but you know her better. Have you talked to her?
No, she doesn't like people prying. I've known her since we were 6. She hates personal questions.
Ah, right. You were both apprentices.
Somebody got some drama.
Yeah. Let's just say they ran a tight ship.
I can imagine.
All right.
Ready for tomorrow?
Yeah. Been ready. What about you? Heard you were elected Commander 32. Congrats.
I've already claimed the Land's office. It's got a nicer view, don't it?
A view of the Paintress. You're sicker than I thought.
She won't be there for long.
If we fail, though.
When one falls, we continue. We'll pick up and we'll push on. But I know we will meet again.
Ah, well, thank you. You see, the black guy is more encouraging than the drunk white chick.
Gustav, we got something for you.
A journal.
For your field notes. So, when you come back, you can tell us everything.
They'll definitely want that for the museum. The complete record of the expedition that destroyed the Paintress.
Oh, and if you find journals from the other expeditions, make sure you save them for us.
Way to spoil the game, kid.
I shall faithfully record all our adventures, every strange and wondrous thing.
Pretty much told us a damn ending.
And Nevrons.
I can do that. And in return, do you solemnly promise to take care of the shield dome while I'm gone? I'm entrusting you with the safety of Lumiere.
I promise.
Promise.
Adrien?
I'll use everything you taught us, Monsieur G.
Ooh, I like that. Let's use these lights to frame her up a little bit. There we go.
Oh hey, Gustav, your sister's here.
Yeah, I have to go talk to her. Take care of each other. My darling sister has arrived. She'll kill me if I don't say goodbye.
Alright, well, before we go talk to her, though, let's do some rounds, because still gotta make some fotografias. There we go. I like that a little bit more. Some of that sparkle action. I wish I could read her tattoos on her eyes. What does all the markings mean? Alright, let's get back into it.
I can't believe you're working right now.
Tristan dragged me here.
Is that the final spot? It's amazing you triangulated Expedition Zero's landing site.
theoretically, extrapolated from the archives, but 67 years ago, so much of the landscape has changed.
I trust your calculations.
Thanks.
It's a good strategy, tracing their steps. They're the only expedition with any survivors, and they made it to the monolith, so...
Assuming the records are correct, my calculations are correct, that they left clear markers, that road conditions haven't changed, that...
You need a drink.
Go away, Gustav.
Damn, man, trying to help you out. Seem kind of dry.
Glass of wine? Or a hug?
Keep your sweat to yourself.
Bring Gustav a glass of wine.
Who exactly are you talking to? They cut service from the budget years ago.
Ah, the ultimate indignity. A farewell party where we serve ourselves. There's a metaphor in there somewhere.
I'm betting you've got another bottle stashed in your coat somewhere. You gonna share?
You wound me. But yes, in fact, I do have it. Or was it? Always bring backup. Same difference.
Right.
And I am prepared. Prepared to live. And prepared to die.
I hope you don't regret those words.
You're such an idiot.
Hey. We've got your Lumina converter, yeah? I believe. I'm ready for my Lumina.
Yeah, well, we've only tested it here. Who knows what we'll meet on the main continent? We'll need more field testing once we land.
Don't worry, buddy. I've got you covered.
Great. Thanks, buddy. Hey.
Hey, yourself. You okay? Want to talk about it?
Yeah. Actually, no.
That's okay.
What about you? You say goodbye to Derek?
Oh, that was over ages ago.
Damn.
Oh, sorry. I really thought you guys would work out.
It's for the best. I need full focus on the expedition and our team. We're all we have.
Yeah. We're all we have.
Gustav! Just the man I wanted to see.
You want a rematch, don't you?
Well, it's my last chance, isn't it?
After tomorrow, you'll be the undisputed expert on expedition history.
That's tomorrow. What about today?
Who am I to deny you? Fire away.
How many years ago was the fracture?
You're kidding. This is your question.
Yes. When did our world break apart and our luminous city get thrown into the middle of the ocean?
We are on 33. They started counting down at 100. So I want to say 67.
Years ago.
Brilliant. I concede. You are the undisputed expert on Numeran history.
What are you talking about? Every child knows this. The monolith's essentially a reverse calendar, counting down since the fracture happened in year 100.
All right, fine. Another one then. Which was the first expedition to depart for the continent?
Expedition 0.
Expedition 0.
Correct. That still annoys me. They left in year 100. They should be called Expedition 100. Makes no sense. Lumiere will be long gone before the monolith hits 0. All right, last one. Get it right, and maybe I'll give you a token.
All right, here we go. Now we talking.
What is Illumina?
Bro. Illumina. Abilities you internalize by using Pictos in battle after earning death. There we go.
Abilities you internalize by using a Pictos in battle after enough times.
Well done. Well done.
Here we go.
Not really. I mean, I created the Lumina converter, so...
I hereby officially end our feud. With your departure, Lumiere loses a brilliant knight and a good friend.
You big softy.
All right. Here's a token. Go and spend it on something.
All right, so we got what, 3 tokens now? Now we can go to each of these 3 shops and we can buy ourselves something. Let's talk to this lady.
Hello there, Gustav. Perhaps one of these artifacts may prove useful to your mission.
Colette, you've been holding out on us. What are these?
Relics from before the fracture, passed down through the generations. The council deemed them trinkets, but I think otherwise.
That's kind of you to share.
I may not be able to join the expedition, but I'd still like to help. 1 token is all I ask.
Ah, I should have known. Yes.
All right.
yours. Here's a token.
Take good care of it. Godspeed.
Old key, okay, from an old door. Thank you.
Hey, Amandine. Having fun?
Oh, hey, handsome. Perfect timing. I'm styling everyone before we ship out. Gotta look sharp when we hit the paintress, eh?
Certainly important. Can you style me up too?
On it. Just bring me a token first.
Alright, let's see what you've got.
All right, new haircut unlocked.
Voila. Looking very fine indeed. You'll die with a gorgeous head of hair.
The man bun. All right, not what I was really hoping for, but
Aha! Back for my Picto's masterpiece, eh? Still gonna cost you a token, though. You're a resourceful man. There are plenty of ways to earn tokens around here.
Call it morbid curiosity. Here, your token.
You won't regret it. Probably.
all right. We got the Picto. Let's see if we can equip it. Of course we can. That was as useful as a waste. All right, let's go talk to his sister, move the story along.
The chief counselor honors us with her presence. What? Still mad I'm going?
This is the definition of a fool's quest. My brother's not usually a fool.
I've heard you say otherwise.
You and I both know the political complexities that necessitate the expedition. It's vital for morale, but it's a bloodless guillotine is what it is.
You should put that in your speech. Very motivating. They might just find a guillotine for you too.
There are so many things you can contribute to here in Lumiere that'll have a real impact.
Em, you're doing great work, really. Getting things ready for the last generation. You've got it well in hand here. Let me do my part out there and win us a chance to live.
We're never going to see each other again.
I mean, you're so busy anyway. I barely see you.
Just take care of Mayel, okay? Can't believe you're letting her go with you.
Me? You're her guardian too. You stop her.
We're her guardians, not her jailers. She really wants off this island.
Don't you have a speech to give?
You mean the one you so kindly wrote for me?
Just suggestions. I thought it might help you understand.
I do. Understand? I just... Anyway. Yeah, time for my speech.
All right. So now this, I believe, is a movie, so we can't pause it and take pictures inside of it, which sucks because I was hoping everything in this game would have been done in engine, but these these pre-recorded cutscenes are kind of
The
a
sword
bit of a
of
letdown.
Lumiere. We honor your dedication. We do not take for granted that you dedicate your final year of life to keeping hope alive for all of Lumiere. Some of you are leaving to change the world. Others to discover the secrets of our universe. Some to protect loved ones. Others to find meaning in our all too short lives. As you sail into the unknown, know that Lumiere stands with you. When you battle the Paintress, know that Lumiere fights with you.
Ooh, it's time.
Of her monolith crumble. Let her body lie at the end of the world. Unable to paint another death, let the stars no longer be hidden by her oppressive silhouette. Let the world once again watch the sun rise without the shadow of her cursed figure. May the wind of renewal take you to the ends of the earth. Tomorrow comes. Thanks to you. Expedition 33.
Alright, we're still in cutscene movie territory, so we still can't pause anything. If we do, yeah, see, nothing really happens. Which sucks, because these are some very interesting cutscenes that are about to play out. And yeah, take a look.
Get ready. You're old.
How did you survive the Gomage? Which expedition are you from?
Ooh. Expedition Decapitation.
Fall back! Stop! Come on, we need to go! He's not following. Good time. What the fuck? Who the fuck was that?
Ned! What do we do now?
Regroup at the rally point. The Indigo Tree.
Keep going! Come on, move! Fucking snap out!
They are getting wiped out. And then this fucking thing shows up. All right, now we're back in and we can pause, move our camera around, and take some needed photography. I like this shot. I think, what did they have here? They had the armband. Let's just pull out just a little bit, keep the armband. And let's more focus on this right here. Let's keep the attention on his robotic hand with his face staring at it, leading our line of sight with the 33 armband in the background. I like that. Let's keep going. All right, let's grab this one right here. Always like these off camera. Let's see, let's push back a little bit. And then let's just rotate. I do like some landscape photography for sure. So let's push in just a little bit more. Let's see if we can get ourselves I like the bioluminescence on that river. It was very nice, very nice. Just push back just a little bit. Get this tree in here. And boom, bam, Bob's your uncle. There we go. All right, back to our cutscene. All right, you know what, man, this hairstyle's kind of jank. I ain't feeling this hairstyle. Let's go ahead and switch his hairstyle back. There we go. That feels proper. And no Lumia. We just gotta. One thing I didn't do the first time is look around here for anything. The game has a lot of stuff if you go off the beaten path just a little bit. Nothing crazy, but if you just go off the beaten path, I guess that's as far as we can go. Look at that. Some chroma. Alright. I wish the blood would run off his body the closer I got into the water, but you know what? This is not Red Dead Redemption, so let's not even pretend. I thought this was water. It's not. It's just a dried up little creek with the bioluminescence of these little weeds popping up. That was my bad. I thought it was water, but it's obviously not water. Alright, let's go ahead and heal ourselves. Get us back to fresh. And our first encounter. There we go. There's a shot for you. Go ahead and grab that. Alright, let's jump into a battle here. Let's get some free aim. The eyes is usually the weak parts. Let's see if we can do some damage on there. Here we go. Then let's go ahead and just end it with just a regular strike. Alright, now let's wait for parry and end. Alright, did he leave anything back after he vapped? Alright, nope. Let's go ahead and keep pushing. Always gotta look around, man. Always gotta look around because you never know when they might leave you a little chroma pack or a picto to pick up. So you always gotta, before you move any further, check your surroundings, look for any glowing objects, because you never know where some treasure might be lying. Ooh. They ain't gonna be in the next expedition. Bitch turned to stone. Alright, nothing over here. Let's just kind of sprint our way. Go ahead and give this a climb. This is all still tutorial stuff anyway, so nothing major is going to happen in any of these parts. Also, one thing you can do with this tool too is kind of put the camera somewhere else. I have the camera locked to pause break. We can lock the camera. We can hit decimal on our number pad. And now we can move freely without the game. So we can actually create these cool little machinimas. Wonder why it's not locking to frame. You know what? The key binding isn't always set. It doesn't stay every time you set it. So let's go ahead and try to set it again. Let's go ahead and change this to pause. Then let's come back in. So if I put the camera, let's say put the camera right here, I'm going to lock it. I'm going to now enable my input for Gustav, and then we can now do a machinima of him running away. And we stay, the camera stays, but now he can move at a different pace. So yeah, there's a lot of cool little tools in here that I'm trying to play around and figure out how to use them for more artistic storytelling, but definitely have a lot of tools where what was the word I'm looking for? We have a lot of tools at our disposal to create some pretty cool art. Speaking of which, let's pause this. Let's pull this back. This is dauntingly scary. All these previous expeditioners just almost look something from like 300. Let's go a vertical shot instead. Really captured the scale of all this. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab this shot. let's pull this one back a little bit. Let's pull this back just a little bit. Let's get him in the proper context of what he's how he's feeling. Man, we were just talking to her too. Damn, that right there hits, man. That's a moment. All right, let's get back into the cutscene. Let's see if we can get a different angle.
You do that, we both die. Hey. Fucking hell. Wake up, Gustav.
Lune. The others.
I know. We're the only ones left. You don't get to die.
It's just a matter of time before we're already dead. Look around. Look.
I like this one too. Let's get Luna in her own little body of grief here. Actually, nah, I don't like the shot at all. This right here probably is the shot. I'm gonna have to find a way to make her pop some more in this picture.
When one falls, we continue. Get up. We need to find a safer place. There are Nevrons around.
Lucien.
This is not the place. The Lumina converter seems intact. It's about time we test it in real conditions.
Putain.
Yeah, man, don't be a bitch. It's time to stand up and fight. All right, let's go straight for the eyes. Let's blow that out. Let's back out. Let's give it a regular hit. All right, before we keep, let's just do. We don't have any stains active though, so why are we even doing the stains if we don't have? All right, here comes the Perry Express. All right, now that we got some skill, let's overcharge this.
This was weak.
And now let's go ahead and consume some stain.
Feel the burn.
All right, we got our first Picto Dodger. Gain 1 AP on a perfect dodge once per turn.
We did it, Gustav. Let's see if your invention lives up to its reputation, shall we?
All right. Let's grab this shot right here. And then let's get one. Let's see if it lights up some more. There we go. There we go. The rings of power type shit right there, man.
It really works. We're not dead yet.
Yeah.
Come on. There might be other survivors at the Indigo Tree.
All right, let's go ahead and equip this Picto. Let's just throw it onto Buddy right here. It adds 12 speed, 3% crit, and level 1. All right, y'all. This is where we're going to end today's episode. Another fun Sunday photo shoot. And look at this girl just hitting all the poses. Oh, don't stop now. Over here posing for the photos. Let's go ahead and grab some of this. Come on now. You were doing just fine a minute ago. Now you just want to stop posing? Ah, there we go. There we go. That's a team shot. Y'all look beat and battered. But, all right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I'll see you back next Sunday for another photo mode playthrough with Expedition 33. If you guys want me to do like an in-depth tutorial of Otis Imp's tool, let me know. I know there's already videos existing of it already on YouTube that you can probably just search for and get access to. But if you want one from my perspective and how I use it, let me know in the comments below. Until then, it's your boy Augie. Thanks for watching these videos. I'll see you next time. And real quick before you go, check out how these photos turned out. Peace.
Esti tonere soledad.